Hello and welcome to Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. Come September, Ganesh Chaturthi marks the beginning of the festive season in India. It's celebrated all over India, but Maharashtra has its own grand way of welcoming the elephant god. Needless to say, festivals mean food. And this brings me to the Maharashtra Mahotsav in Delhi Haat, where some authentic Maharashtrian delicacies are waiting for me. So come and join me. His name is the very emblem of the good omen, the positive vibes. No ritual is complete without worshipping him. The pot-bellied son of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, loved and cherished by all, Ganesh. Every year during the month of Bhadrapada, Ganesh is believed to be visiting the land of the mortals, his devotees on earth. 10 days of special prayers and festivities and fervour mark Ganesh Chaturthi. From being a Maharashtra-centric festival, Ganesh Chaturthi is now gathered momentum in Delhi too. Reflected in this brightly lit and hugely popular pandal at the Delhi Haat. After the darshan, you head to the Maharashtra food stall within the same compound with the enticing aroma of sweets and savoury festive specialities showing the way.
Maharashtrian cuisine is basically, it's not very heavy food, it's not very spicy also, and very easy to digest. We don't use lots of masalas. Basically only the tarkas, we use coconut, lots of coconut and mufli powder, peanut powder, that we are using normally. And this festival we have Shrikhand, Puran Puri is must. And Shrikhand Puri is also good, they say. Amrakhand of course is there. Lots of pakoras we make, vadas, different types of vadas. But especially modak is compulsory, like everybody has to eat it for 10 days. Because once in a year we make this.
A sweet meat sphere of genuine and simple delight, the modak, becomes special during Ganesh Chaturthi. It is the favorite food of the elephant-headed god after all. And it's not difficult to make either. For the filling of the modak, fresh coconut is scraped out of its shell and used as fluffy snow-white flakes. It is then roasted to gain a fine dry consistency. On cooling, sugar, dry fruits and khoya and a splash of saffron color are added to prepare the filling. For the dough, small pieces of white flour are taken and flattened. A touch of water makes it easier to enclose the filling. Spoonfuls of the golden coconut mixture are then poured and the dough is lightly twisted, giving it a pyramid shape. Finally, it is deep fried. And there we have it, a small, round, crispy modak.
I am from Maharashtra and especially from Vidarbha. In my area, we eat a lot of spicy food. In Kolhapur side also, we eat a lot of spicy food. So here in Delhi, it is hard for us to find spicy food. We have to ask them to make it spicy. In this festival time, obviously modak we eat as a prasad, but we have been eating modak since our childhood. So we can eat it as many as we want, not as a prasad. Right before aarti, before anything, we can eat it.
Maharashtrian cuisine is mainly vegetarian, ranging from mild to spicy flavored dishes. Rice, bajra or millet, peanuts and coconuts, and special Maharashtrian finely grounded masalas are staple ingredients that make the cuisine delectable. During Ganesh Chaturthi, the array of foodstuff turns all the more inviting. From sabudana or tapioca khichdi and vada to the zonka bhakar, a plate of pitla bhat and puran poli, so much to savor. Many of the dishes on the menu are all-time favorites. The amras, the sweet and smooth mango pulp, and the shrikhand, a dessert made from yogurt, are a hit around the country. Combine them with hot fluffy puris and a simple recipe of potatoes with mustard seeds and curry leaves.
Now over here, I've just tasted the sabudana khichdi and the sabudana vada, and I must say, these two things are made of the same element, sabudana, but then they taste entirely different. They are really different from each other. As far as the sabudana khichdi is concerned, it is really nice. It has pieces of crushed peanuts with it and a lot of coriander and chili, which gives it a really nice kick, and comes along with this liquidy curd and a piece of lemon. So when you just squeeze the lemon on it, pour a little bit of curd, it just tastes really great. And as far as this little fried piece of sabudana is concerned, as you can see, there are small little pieces of chilies poking out. This is the thing which gives it a kick. It's really soft, really chewy, but then goes so beautifully, so nicely with this assortment, this green chutney, very spicy.
My personal favorite was masala bhat, a spicy Maharashtrian rice recipe.
Now over here, I just tasted the masala bhat, and I must say this is one really spicy rice dish that I've ever tasted. But then what is interesting about this rice is that they're cooked with special Maharashtrian masalas which give it a really nice kick, but then they don't make it spicy at all. So again, it's a really nice and very earthy dish. As no festival is ever complete without an array of sweet dishes, I have in front of me a plate of puran poli and modak, the favorite dish of the elephant god. And I must say, these modak taste really nice, very sweet. These are the fried modaks stuffed with coconut, really nicely cooked, fried and crunchy. But along with this, I have also been served a steamed modak. This particular steamed modak is something like we get in West Bengal, which is called pithe puli. Again, it is made of the same ingredients. It is a rice-based dumpling which is filled with jaggery and coconut mixed together. Tastes really nice, and obviously, as you can see, is really big in size as well. But when it comes to eating, who cares about size, right? So, as I'm heading back to savoring my sweet dishes, it's over to you, Tina.